Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Jurassic Cast, the best Jurassic Park podcast out there. Right, Luis?
That's definitely right.
Yeah.
hmm
So, try arguing with us. Just kidding.
Fight
So
us.
we have, fight us. We have some exciting Jurassic World news. We're a little late. We're like 8 days late, but the Jurassic World Dominion trailer dropped. Oh man! So we're gonna go through some of it and talk about our thoughts. Real quick, how are you? How are you today, Luis? Are you doing good?
Levi, I am doing really well right now. I am chilling in the best building on campus, Glass Hall. Very nice here at Missouri State. But no, it's been pretty good so far. Just had some classes, did some homework, and now I'm here. How about you, Levi?
I'm pretty good. Haven't done a whole lot, but
Yeah,
it's not like we spent like 30 minutes trying to figure out how to set all this up.
literally.
So let's get into this. I've only seen this trailer through maybe twice. I still feel like I haven't fully processed everything.
Mm.
Uh, there's just so much that happens in it, and I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
No, I mean, yeah, for sure. I definitely myself watched it at least 4 times, I think. I was
So
very
you know it
excited.
pretty well.
Yes, I got really excited. The reason I knew even about the trailer was because I was scrolling through Instagram and I follow Jurassic World and all those Jurassic World accounts on Instagram, and they had posted something about being Laura Dern's birthday, and so I was like excited about that. But in the little post, it was a side by side. It was her, Dr. Ellie Sattler, in the first movie, and then there was another picture where it showed Dr. Ellie Sattler, but a little much older, and it seemed from a movie scene. And I was like, interesting. So I go into Jurassic World's profile, and right there I see the trailer, and so I clicked on it. I was just amazed. I was like, I was not expecting this to be dropped so early. And so I watched it a couple times, and each time I just got goosebumps. I got chills. It was just great overall. It was refreshing, and it still is refreshing to know that there's another Jurassic Park movie coming to the franchise. So
Yeah. So I had saw that post, and I was like, I just thought it was from some random movie. I'm like, oh, it's like a nod. That's kind of cool. It's her birthday,
mhm.
and then I like didn't think about it, and then I was driving, and then I got that message from you. You're like, Chuck, Levi, look at this, I'm like driving, like, oh my god. And I looked at my girlfriend. I'm like, we gotta get home right now and watch this.
Yeah,
So,
for real.
so like I got home, turned all the lights off, pulled it up on my TV,
hmm
and I'm like, all right, the next 3 minutes is just this. And it was like, this is the most excited I've been for a trailer in like forever. I'm so excited because this feels like the least Jurassic Park movie, if that makes, like, I don't know.
No, I get
And I'm
what you mean.
excited to see because it feels so different, and I'm like excited. I'm so pumped. So like, let's go through what we see here in the trailer, right? So the opening scene we see is with the Parasaurolophus and Chris Pratt riding a horse,
Mm,
like, with them,
yes,
which is just freaking wild.
it's
Like,
crazy.
do you think they're gonna be like, they got like dinosaur farms now, or they like herd dinosaurs?
Honestly, that really did give me that impression. Not gonna lie, the very first time I saw the trailer, I thought Chris Pratt was riding one of the Parasaurolophus.
Yeah, it kind of looks like
I
that. Yeah,
thought that he was riding one. I was like, "What the heck? We're riding dinosaurs now!" And then, and then I saw like the next scene where it actually showed he was riding a horse, and I was like, "Ah, that's lame." But no, I thought that was really cool, and I think the trailer really shows what the theme of the movie is going to be, to where it's basically where we picked up from Fallen Kingdom, where the dinosaurs they had just escaped um, into the cities and into national forests and parks. Uh, and now we're seeing the aftermath of that on how they are finding a way. Like Dr. Ian Malcolm would say, life finds a way. and they're trying to fit in to how the world works and everything that's going on there. So it's interesting to see that implementation of how the dinosaurs are trying to find or make their habitats um, in on Earth. So it's really cool.
I'm I'm excited to see, like, I think that's such a great idea. Like, just to have the dinosaurs try to become a part of like the natural ecosystem.
Hmm.
And I kind of hope that that's like touches a lot on that. I don't know. I will say, having watched this trailer, I have no idea what the plot of this movie is at all. Like, it's just like a bunch of sequences of dinosaurs in different places, and I don't know what's gonna happen or like what's the main drive of the movie. But like, I think that's actually kind of an exciting thing going in, not really knowing anything, because I feel like I learned stuff, but I didn't learn a whole lot. You know?
No, yeah, definitely. I would say the same for me. Um, Mostly in this trailer, you see a lot of, like you said, you see a lot of the dinosaurs roaming around different parts of the earth and different countries and all that stuff, and within cities and forests. But it doesn't really show or tell what Chris Pratt or any of the human casts are trying to do about the situation with the dinosaurs. It doesn't really say. Um, to me, it might be like they're trying to herd them together, or maybe possibly take them back to an island where they can live in peace. I don't know.
I'm
Um,
really curious, like, how, because like in the Jurassic World Evolution 2 story, quote unquote, like, you kind of have to basically make these reservations for these dinosaurs and stuff. So like all the herbivores are kind of allowed to roam free, but the carnivores they're trying to like capture.
yeah,
However, I feel like that kind of might play in, because you know how you get the scene we see with Blue and baby Blue.
Blue Junior.
Blue Junior,
Hmm.
and he's like, they mentioned something about them taking her away or something, and I'm like wondering if that's probably why. And Chris Pratt doesn't, like, want that to happen. I want to know how much of a role that's going to play in the movie.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, we know that Owen Grady, he's someone who's really shown the world that you can have personal bonds with these dinosaurs, and he showed that through Blue specifically. And he probably, honestly, and if anything, he probably has some sort of sentimental attachment to Blue's offspring. So I don't know what he might be wanting to do, if he wants them to live in peace without the interaction of humans, or if he would want to oversee and look over both Blue and its baby or her baby. So I don't know. It could go either way, to be honest. But it's very cool, and I'm so excited. I got so excited when I saw that. I was like, that little baby raptor is so cute.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, um, like I mentioned in the last episode, I haven't seen Fallen Kingdom more than maybe 2 or 3 times.
Mhm.
I don't think I've seen it. I don't know. It's been a long, long time. And I don't know why I was under the impression that Blue died in that movie.
No,
But
no, not at all.
but because I keep, and I realized that when I thought back to it, because I kept thinking I got two scenes mixed up, right?
Yeah.
Where, like when he's like talking to Blue in Fallen Kingdom and they capture her, I believe. Is that what happens?
Yes.
But I don't know why I kept getting the shot in Jurassic World where they fire the rocket launcher at the one and blow it up. I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I was like, oh wait, no. Yeah, Blue's still alive, thank God.
Yeah, and
Because that would have been awful.
to be honest, when I first watched Jurassic World, the first one, I thought they killed Blue when that in that scene, but then I realized
Yeah.
like a couple seconds after, oh, that was a different Velociraptor.
Yeah.
But no, I could definitely see that.
So,
Yeah.
who is the do you know who the young girl is in the trailer?
Yes.
Is she in
So
Jurassic World Fallen
yes.
Kingdom? Is she the
So
clone?
she is the clone actually.
Okay.
So that's
Okay.
Macy, and she is a clone of her mom actually.
Yeah.
So, and her
Okay.
grandfather, I guess her mom had died um, I forgot what she died from or how that happened, but I remember basically the lore of that is after her mother died, her grandfather, Maisie's grandfather, decided, you know what, I want my daughter back, so I'm gonna clone her um, as my granddaughter. Oh, but also she looks exactly like my daughter, so
Mm-hmm.
it's basically my daughter, is what he's saying.
Okay. Yeah, yeah. Okay, that makes way that clear filling in some gaps. You know, I'm gonna watch Fallen Kingdom tonight. I'm going to do it.
Yeah, you
I'm gonna
should.
do it. Because I think back on it and I remember just like I remember liking it, but everybody hated on it, but I never remembered hating it. So also, this next scene after all the blue baby or blue junior stuff, we see the mosasaur like is it being fed or is it eating a fish trap
To be
or
honest,
something?
I think it's just
No, it is eating something.
yeah,
I'm like looking at the still. It's like it's like pulling this boat down. That is
yeah,
like some. Oh my god, I'm so excited for that. I don't know. The mosasaur is badass.
it is.
Okay.
That'd be so scary if like you're out there fishing, you're on a boat, right? And you put this cage down with some bait, and then you think you caught something or whatever, and then you bring it up, and then you do, and you can't even bring on to the boat what you caught because all of a sudden a big mosasaur just chomps on the whole cage.
Do you think like logistically the ocean could sustain a mosasaur, especially if it started to reproduce? I know there's only one, but like
To
if
be
it found a
honest,
way, like
maybe I would say like nature probably has a way of finding a way,
yeah.
but I think in our modern world, I don't think a mosasaur would necessarily survive. It would be really hard for it to survive because it has to eat so much. Um, it's an amount of
Hmm.
food that's unimaginable for us, right? Uh, we already think
I
of like bears and tigers having to eat thousands or hundreds of pounds of protein or meat every day. But this mosasaur would have to probably eat at least 50 to 100 times more than that.
could you like I wonder how long it's going to take for all of like the normal wildlife in Earth just to be replaced by all the dinosaurs.
Honestly, probably not that long.
Because it was like the extinction of the dinosaurs is what like caused the, in theory, like the rise of mammals
Yes.
and all that. So like if that didn't happen,
Man,
like,
I don't know. It'd be kind of hard to be honest.
but I'm curious to see. I'll talk about this after the. We'll can talk about this after the trailer, but the like that they're going to do another trilogy supposedly.
Interesting.
That like I heard that there's going to be another trilogy after, and I'm like, what could that be? Like I'm. It's going to be. Have you ever seen the show Terra Nova before?
Terra no. Is that a dinosaur show?
Yeah,
I
it
think
ran for
so.
one season a long time ago.
Yeah, like early
Like probably
2000s,
when
I
we
think,
were
right?
yeah. So, yeah, it was like somewhere in that area, and
Hmm.
like it's about this like these people who like they go back. Earth's like dying, so they go back in time and start civilization again in like is it the Jurassic period or something? And they basically are like living in these like fortresses that's to protect them from the
Oh my
dinosaurs and
gosh.
stuff. Like I'm imagining that it's gonna go back. That'd be
That
insane.
would be
Like
insane. And
just these colonies.
honestly, that's probably what the people in this movie are having to live through
Hmm.
because, obviously, even if there are herbivorous dinosaurs, they could potentially still be dangerous to humans. Um,
Yeah.
and so they're probably having to seek refuge or build build more fortified buildings or
Hmm.
make some sort of walls or fortresses. I don't know, but it's very interesting.
So the next shot we have, right, is the T Rex in front of the TV projector. Like, I don't know why that just fits so well.
That does.
Because I don't know, it's like it's in a, I don't know, like it's like T Rex in a movie, in front of a movie. It's just kind of funny.
That's the most.
Oh,
Honestly, it reminds me
what's
of
the
an
word?
episode of like Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Like that'd probably be an episode of Rick and Morty, where it's like it's almost like that movie element where sometimes in movies they over exaggerate certain things or in an ironic way, I guess. So it's the irony that's really funny how they're at a movie and that T-Rex pops out of nowhere. But also, we're watching a movie about dinosaurs too, so it just all connects, and it's very funny.
So after that, we get the best part of the trailer and the thing that I was looking forward to most in this movie,
Mm,
and that is Laura Dern and what's his name? Oh my god, why am I blanking? Oh, Sam Neill coming
yes,
back as
they're
Alan
back.
Grant. Oh my god.
It was
I
crazy.
love Alan Grant like so much. He is the best. He's my favorite Jurassic Park character. He's so great.
Hmm.
And I'm so excited. Ian Malcolm's second, but
No, yeah, I when I first saw the trailer and I saw both um, Dr. Alan Grant and Dr. Ellie Sattler on screen, I was like, "Oh my god!" Like I was freaking out. Um, and I don't know. It's been long overdue. Last time we saw Dr. Alan Grant was in Jurassic Park 3 when he went to Isla Sorna, um, so this secret island that InGen had been hiding from the public. And so that was the last time we saw him. And to be honest, like his acting in that movie was great. Like he played, I mean, he played a good role as Dr. Alan Grant, but there was like a few things missing. Like, why would he return to the island
yeah.
and stuff? I don't know. I mean, he did it for money, but I'm like, I didn't think Dr. Alan Grant was like that kind of a character doing things too much for money. But at the same time, if you think about it, in the first movie, the only reason why Dr. Alan Grant and Ellie Sattler um, did go visit Jurassic Park was because Dr. Hammond was like, "Hey, if you come, I'm gonna pay off all of your, I'm gonna give you money to do all of your research that you're doing here on base camp." So, I mean, they kind of did that for money too. So I don't know.
Yeah. I I'm curious what role they're gonna play in this movie. That's like like because if you look at like in the trailer, the shot the first time we see him, he looks like he's like, please don't pull me back into this
Yeah,
shit, please. Like,
literally.
like I
He's
want to
like,
know what
"Here we
his
go again."
reactions through all this, like when Jurassic World opened. I want to know what his thoughts on that was, because you know how like Ian Malcolm's kind of it was in Fallen Kingdom that he was like, well, I don't remember what he was saying, but he gave like a whole thing about like how this was dumb, right? Like
Yeah,
you shouldn't have done this. It's like I want to know like what he was doing that whole time, and maybe we'll learn that.
yeah, maybe. I hope Dr. Ian Malcolm gets more screen time as well,
Yes,
because we
yes.
have barely seen him in these past few
I,
movies.
I was a little. That's one thing I was disappointed about Fallen Kingdom was he was what I was looking forward to the most, and he was just kind of like a short cameo.
Yeah,
I was like, oh no.
I honestly, I hope especially the old cast, I hope they have a lot more screen time and that their characters are even more further developed, and that we can be able to really see that change uh, from the very first movie. That I think I'm really looking forward to that.
Some people are theorizing that one of the main cast is gonna die.
No, I'm gonna cry if one of
I
them
don't
does.
know if one had to go, which one would you prefer of the three? I don't know if I could
No,
choose
I can't
actually.
choose. To be honest though, I could see Dr. Ian Malcolm dying,
I could, yeah.
especially since he already almost died the first time.
It's just so hard to picture any of them. I feel like that would be kind of like a I don't want to see any of
No,
them
it's
die.
I'd be sad. I'd be crying.
I would rather see Owen or Claire die than one of the
Yeah.
originals.
And maybe that's just because we like grew up with the originals. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I think I don't know. That's hard. I hope honestly at the same time it'd be interesting if one of them did die. Like I think it'd be in a way cool just because it's like you've seen them develop from the very first movie to like that last movie, right? And so it's like it'd be cool to see that development of how that character played out and throughout all the movies. Um, but to be honest, I hope it's not Dr. Alan Grant or Ellie Sattler just because we haven't seen them for a long time. And it's like all of a sudden the first time we see them again they die. Like that'd be sad.
Yeah. However, I was just clicking through the trailer, right? So the next scene was the Therizinosaurus scene, which is exciting. We get some feathery
Feathered
dinosaurs,
dinosaurs, more
and I'm
scientifically accurate.
yeah. So I'm curious to see what that role is that going to play, and we get a really cool shot of it, like over the water with Claire like under it. But back onto the main, like the original cast who might die. We see Doctor Wu, and he's got long hair, and I would not be surprised if he dies in this movie.
Actually, I hope he dies in this movie.
Yeah,
Like
because
that honestly, if you
he's
think
kind of
about
been
it,
the villain.
yeah, and if you think about that, this is one of those characters I was talking about that we've seen from the very first movie, and we've seen how his character has developed. Um,
Hmm.
Not necessarily like through screen time, but like we know he's been behind the scenes the whole time, creating new dinosaurs and
Yeah,
moving his assets to safer places for him and his benefit. Um, and so, I mean, that's what he calls his dinosaurs. He calls them assets and all that.
especially like you see, mainly in the Jurassic World movies, especially you see him do a lot more.
Yes.
But then in Jurassic World Evolution, like I don't know how canon that is, but like he could be kind of a dick.
Mm-hmm, for sure. And no, yeah. So I think if he were to be killed off in this movie, I think honestly it'd be perfect. And for me personally, I think he's one of my favorite characters. Not
Mm,
because I identify with him or something. That'd
no.
kind of be weird. But if anything, I just think he's a cool character. Just he's like the perfect villain. He's like a villain you wouldn't think would be a villain necessarily, especially in the
Yeah.
first movie. You wouldn't think, oh, he's yeah. In the first movie, he's just a scientist. You know,
Yeah, he's just
he's
like,
just
look at my
hatching eggs.
raptors.
Yeah, being all wholesome. But
Hmm.
I mean, he was also kind of passive aggressive to Dr. Ian Malcolm when he was like, oh, all of these are females. They can't change gender or they can't change sex or whatever. But
Yeah.
no, I think it's interesting, and he's an interesting character. But I think it would be long overdue if he did not get killed off this time, because he's been very close to dying in this past two couple of movies. Also, did you want to talk about the dinosaurs that like new dinosaurs that are going to be appearing in this
Yeah.
movie? So we already said what dinosaur
The
did we just say?
Therizinosaurus.
Yes, we said that one.
And I was gonna mention because I looked it up, and apparently because we got a new raptor, right?
It's the
And it's a
Pyroraptor.
Pyroraptor, yeah,
Yeah,
and it looks fucking awesome. Okay,
it's awesome.
like,
No, definitely.
however, in the same shot though, you see Owen and this other character that I don't think's been introduced yet, and Owen's got a knife.
He's probably
um,
gonna stab it.
but like. I want to know the context of this scene. Like, I want to imagine in my mind that he's like, you know what? I'm not even gonna bother with like gun or anything. I'm gonna knife this thing because like the girl looks like she's got some kind of like device that might knock it out, kind of knife, and he just got a straight up knife. So
Meanwhile, the
I don't know.
dinosaur's like, no, 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 no. Listen, listen. Literally. Ah, it's
This Pyroraptor though, oh, looks so
it's
cool.
cool, and it's one of those feathered dinosaurs as well. Which going back to one of the criticisms that the movie franchises had historically is that they don't
Hmm.
really have scientifically accurate depictions of dinosaurs in these movies. Um, but I mean, you could say this is a good step forward in that. And not only did they do that, but it also looks really cool. And I think that was the fear that um, the people who made Jurassic Park before was that if we make them scientifically accurate, people won't think they're that cool.
Oh, I wonder. I was thinking, just looking at the like stills, they're in like some kind of like dam or some kind of maybe like a research facility. Maybe
Yeah,
I wonder if it's like they like uncovered it like while they were exploring it or something.
possibly.
That could be interesting.
Hmm.
And then next we have Laura Dern doing the classic taking off the sunglasses shot. Um,
Recreating that moment.
yeah, I want to know where Chris Pratt is when he's like going through the city being chased by, is it Velociraptor? It doesn't look like a Velociraptor. I
Looks
don't
like
know what.
some sort of
It looks like a type of raptor, but I don't know if
Yeah.
it's a velociraptor. Then they're in some kind of plane. It's like gonna fall
Yeah,
apart,
I wasn't sure
and
if
they
that
get
was,
attacked.
I think that was just another pteranodon that was being, or like that was attacking the plane.
Yeah,
At first I thought it was Quetzalcoatlus, which I think that might be it actually. So Quetzalcoatlus is a little different from a pteranodon because of the
yeah.
head shape, and Quetzalcoatlus are a lot more bigger.
I don't know how I feel about because we were talking about this the other day. The Dilophosaurus
Yes,
looks a little weird.
it's a
I
little
don't
jank.
know.
It looks like
He doesn't
off-brand.
because like the one in the original movie is kind of cute. Like honestly,
Hmm.
I it's but this one it's like maybe it's like a little bigger or something because it doesn't feel quite right. It looks fake,
No, yeah,
very
it looks
fake.
fake, but now that I think about it, because I'm looking at both side by side from the original and this one, and to be honest, what I'm seeing is this one from Dominion looks possibly could look a lot more scientifically accurate with its head shape. Um, Not necessarily like the frill. I'm pretty sure in real life they would have not had that frill,
No, they don't have the
but
frill.
it's the head shape is more elongated, more narrow, and I think that's how they would have looked um, in actuality back then. Um, so I think that might be the reason why. And me personally, I still like the original a lot better, but that's just because it's from the original movie. But I can acknowledge like it's cool that maybe they're making a right step in trying to make these dinosaurs look a little more accurate. Um,
Yeah, for sure.
but I think the also another reason why the original looked a lot more cute is because I think that was the point. So in the movie, they try to make the dinosaur seem like it's a cute dinosaur. It's very harmless, but in reality, it's a very dangerous dinosaur.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and so even like the sounds that it makes, it sounds like a bird or something. So it's like chirping or something like that. Uh, Very like uh, inoffensive, uh, friendly calls that it was making. And so I think that was the point of that Dilophosaurus, that movie. But in
Mm-hmm.
this trailer, I don't necessarily think we hear the Velociraptor, the Dilophosaurus make a sound. I don't know. It would be really interesting.
I'm wondering if they're going to be making the dinosaurs just more accurate in this movie, or if they had like something going on to like I don't know. I'm curious how they're going to explain the changes on some of them.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, it's very speculative right now since the movie hasn't come out yet. But um, based on like what each dinosaur has looked like, a lot of them seem like they could be scientifically accurate, especially the ones that are feathered, and they're including more dinosaurs uh, that haven't been in the franchise yet that are also pretty popular. To be honest, like the Quetzalcoatlus and like I have a list right here of like all the dinosaurs that could be in the movie or that were in the trailer, and so um, we see on this list, we see Quetzalcoatlus, and then Ankylosaurus, but we already seen that in the movie. And then they have Oviraptor, which is another feathered dinosaur. Um, and then they have Iguanodon as well. So it looks like we're including a lot more dinosaurs that haven't been in the franchise yet. One of the dinosaurs I really wanted to see in this movie was Utahraptor, but we do have the
Yeah.
Pyroraptor, which is probably similar, not in
Mm-hmm.
size, but it's still like a feathered raptor kind of
Yeah, yeah.
dinosaur. So
All right, so next up we have this freaking iconic shot that I'm super excited for and makes me theorize stuff. So it's one with everybody, like the old cast, the new cast, all in
yes,
one shot. It's so exciting, right? And they look like they've been through some shit, which makes me hoping that they're all in the movie a lot.
I mean, yeah, in
So
this shot we see them all together. So I would, I hope that's how it is the whole movie.
yeah, And then we get that awesome line from Ian where he's like, why they always got to make him bigger. And that's where I believe that this final dinosaur is the Giga.
I think so. And apparently it's bigger than the T-Rex. So
Yeah, it's
uh,
like the biggest.
yeah,
I think it might be one of the biggest carnivores. I don't really
I
remember.
think so. Also, I believe that the beginning of the movie will show a shot of the Gigantosaurus fighting off another dinosaur 65
Oh,
million years in the
because
past.
they released the prologue, which I actually have
Yeah.
not
I haven't
watched.
watched it either, actually, which is interesting.
But I watched
Shame
the
on us.
short they did. Yeah, I know. What the heck? I forgot about it. But they had that short
I
that was really cool with, was it the Allosaurus
think it was the Allosaurus fighting
attacking the
the
campers?
something like that. Yes.
Oh,
Oh, that
that was
was
awesome.
Battle at Big Rock. So I did see that.
Yes, that was awesome.
I did see Battle at Big Rock. So it shows like the again like the aftermath of uh, Fallen Kingdom, and it shows the Allosaurus running, I guess, roaming in this uh, forest where these people are camping, and basically just wreaks havoc, destroys their camper, almost kills the people in there, and I think isn't it saved by like a not a triceratops, but some
Something
other
like that.
something similar to a triceratops and
Oh,
kind of
we
fends it
also
off.
see. I think we see the Allosaurus also in the trailer when Chris Pratt's going through that city.
Oh yes, I think so.
Yeah, I just clicked through and that has definitely got the Allosaur like eye thing.
Hmm.
So that's cool. But that's the trailer. That's the break. That's the whole trailer there.
Yeah, it's
And
very exciting.
I hope we get at least another one that comes out this summer. We're not too far away, so that's gonna be. Oh, I'm gonna have to see it like multiple times. We're going to go see it
We are
opening
gonna
night.
go see opening night,
We're
and
gonna go
then
see it.
we'll probably talk about it. Try not to do any spoilers, but that'll be
We could
really
do
good.
two. We could do like our thoughts without spoiling, and then like full
That's
on
true.
after we see it the second time.
That'd be a good
If we
idea.
see it a second time.
No, yeah, and I
But
don't know. It's exciting. It's refreshing. It's like at this point you would think, oh, you're probably tired of having another dinosaur movie come out, but no,
no,
it's like Christmas morning every time. It's like, dang, what a present. What a
I
present
don't
to
like.
me.
Even if it's bad, I'm gonna go watch it.
No,
Like
yeah. And
that's where I'm at.
I'm at this spot where it's like I really hope they end this at a good note because it's like
Yeah,
it's the last of this, I guess, trilogy or not trilogy, but this
yeah, it's a
franchise, I guess.
trilogy.
But um I don't know. I'm like we have the old gang back and the new gang here, and I just hope they just do a really good job, and I don't know. I have a good feeling it's going to be a really good movie. Uh, honestly, I have a feeling it'll probably be better than Fallen Kingdom and maybe Jurassic World. Who knows? But I hope it is because just because of these new characters that are coming back and the new dinosaurs they're adding. Um, but it'll be really good. It'll be a really good movie, I'm sure. Well, I think that's it. Very exciting to see this new movie that's about to come out this summer in June. Um, but once again, thank you guys for listening. It's been a pleasure
Yeah, thank you guys.
having you guys listen to us, and it's been really awesome. This project that has been going underway, but we appreciate everyone listening. But yeah, hope you guys have a good one, and see you guys in the next
See
one.
ya.
Peace.